What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about enhancing your audio like a pro. Dope. Say that you guys have no idea how to mix audio for the life of you. You have to send it off to someone to mix it for you. You don't want to pay for it, or you just don't have the time to do it. This is an awesome little hack that Adobe came out with that I want to show you guys that I think will be super helpful for most of your projects. Real quick, here's a test with it off. As you can hear, my audio is pretty echoey, pretty noisy, and just overall not appealing to listen to. Here's a test with it on, and you can see that it is so much better. And we only did this in a couple minutes and literally just a couple clicks. And I'm going to show you how to do it.
For reference, in Premiere, my timeline is here, my toolbar is here, here's my source panel, my project and effects windows are going to be here. Here is the effects control for that, and finally the preview window.
All right, guys, so go ahead and jump in here into Adobe Premiere. Once you guys have your file that you selected for your audio that you're looking to enhance and get that beautiful, crisp audio, we're going to come in here and actually just go ahead and export this out of Premiere, and we're going to go ahead and just export this as a WAV file. Go ahead and select where you want to export this to and go ahead and export this out. Once you got that done, what you're going to do is actually come in here to your browser and go ahead and type in podcast.adobe.com. Now, this software was created by Adobe to actually enhance your podcast audios to make it sound like you're in a podcast. And so when you first use this, you do need to have a subscription to Adobe Premiere to use this. If you don't, but they have a couple different things here that are actually really helpful that you guys can use if you want to use it. The one that we're going to be using today is enhanced speech. So we're going to go to enhanced speech, and we're going to go ahead and actually just drop our file on in here. Once we go ahead and drop that in, it's going to go ahead and load and just take some time to actually upload and enhance this audio, and you guys can see the magic it's about to do. It is absolutely a game changer. In here, it does take a little bit of time to upload, and you can have a limit of, I believe, 10 files per day that you can do. All right, guys, so here we are. We have exported our audio, and now you can take a look with it. So we have enhanced speech is on. I'm gonna go ahead and play it without it so you guys hear it and then hear what it sounds like with it.
Test with Adobe Premiere Enhanced. My audio is pretty crappy, and now you can hear that it is sounding way better.
Now we're gonna turn enhanced on.
Test with Adobe Premiere Enhanced. My audio is pretty crappy, and now you can hear that it is sounding way better.
Beautiful. So now you have a couple different settings here that you can do before you actually go ahead and download this out. You can actually change the slider bar and live listen to it at the same time to get an idea. So you can hit play and just move this bar around, or you can just go ahead and hit your certain strength you want to do. I will say it's not best to always do 100% strength because sometimes some audio, depending on how it was recorded, it will get really AI sounding and glitchy and robotic. So you want to usually sit around 70%, I found is the sweet spot. And I'm going to tell you why 70%, because we're going to do something awesome in Adobe Premiere that's just going to make this thing pop. So once you have your setting that you like, whether it's 70% or more or less, go ahead and hit download and get this exported out. So now we have our audio exported and we have our enhanced audio here. What we're going to do is go ahead and just drag and drop this sucker back on in here. And now you can see, just based off the waveforms, you can actually see how much noise it took out in the middle there too with everything, and play it back and listen to it. I definitely suggest putting it underneath your original file. That way you keep everything organized in case you have to move something or re-export and re-edit something. So once you have this, what we're gonna do is actually enhance the audio, because right now we're sitting around, I believe, negative 15-ish decibels. And if you just want this audio to come through really nice and loud, we're gonna raise this to be about to -3 to the -9 range, which we're still not quite there. We're gonna go ahead and raise this. We raised it about 9 decibels. Enhanced. My audio is pretty crappy. And now you can hear that it is sounding way better there. And now we're gonna do one more thing and then we're gonna be completely done. What we're gonna do is go to parametric equalizer. Right here we have the effect, which is in Adobe Premiere. Go ahead and just drag and drop it onto your file. Hit edit. In here, we're actually gonna come down here, not vocal enhancer, but raps enhancer. Not rap enhancer, rap vocals. And go ahead and just click on that. And I found that this is actually really great for getting that crisp audio from the vocals. What we're gonna do is actually bring this down to 20. And we're actually gonna raise this up and even pull this over where you want this to dip here. And then you want this to come up because those are where the high tones really live in here. But if it's sounding kind of, I'm gonna say, not airy, but tinny, you can bring this down even lower until it doesn't have that tinny sound anymore. And then what you're gonna do is just go ahead and X this out and then listen back to your audio. Test with Adobe Premiere Enhanced. My audio is pretty crappy. And now you can hear that it is sounding way. And then without it, it's gonna sound like this. Test with Adobe Premiere Enhanced. My audio is pretty crappy. And now you can hear that it is sounding way better. So guys, that's simple as that. You have beautiful, crisp audio in Adobe Premiere now, and it was only a couple of minutes that you had to spend on this, and you don't have to be professional in audio design.